The Quick Draw McGraw Show is the third cartoon television production created by Hanna-Barbera, starring an anthropomorphic cartoon horse named Quick Draw McGraw following their success with the Rough and Ready Show and the Huckleberry Hound Show. The show debuted in syndication in the fall of 1959, sponsored by Kellogg's. Voice actor Daws Butler performed the lead character, Quick Draw. The series featured 3 cartoons per episode, one each by Quick Draw McGraw and Baba Louie, father and son dog duo Augie Doggie and Doggie Daddy, and cat and mouse detectives Snooper and Blabber. Michael Maltese crafted most of the episode stories. Screen Gems originally syndicated the series, followed later by Rhodes Productions, Taft H-B Program Sales, Worldvision Enterprises, then Turner Broadcasting, and now Warner Brothers. Television. Currently, the show is aired on the Cartoon Network's sister channel, Boomerang, the Canadian station Teletoon Retro, and occasionally on the Infinity Channel, broadcasting in the Middle East. Segments. Quick Draw McGraw and Baba Louie. Quick Draw was usually depicted as a sheriff in these short films set in the American Old West. Quick Draw was often accompanied by his deputy, a Mexican burro called Baba Louie. Although technically the sidekick, or deputy, to the main character of Sheriff Quick Draw, Baba Louie is often portrayed as the more thoughtful half of the duo. At times realizing some detail about a given situation and trying desperately without success to caution Quick Draw of a trap or other danger. Quick Draw was assisted in some cartoons by his bloodhound Snuffles, who refused to work until he was given a dog biscuit, after which he would hug himself and spring into the air, floating back down to earth. Quick Draw spent a number of cartoons as his alter ego, the masked El Cabong, who used a guitar to bash bad guys into submission. Writer Michael Maltese said the character was inspired by actor Douglas Fairbanks' Essa Zorro. Augie Doggie and Doggie Daddy. A young dachshund named Augie Doggie and his father Doggie Daddy have different misadventures in their life. Snooper and Blabber. A detective cat named Super Snooper and his sidekick Blabber Mouse. In several cartoons, they had a private secretary named Hazel, who was never seen on screen. Episodes. Voice cast: Daws Butler, Quick Draw McGraw, Baba Louie, Super Snooper, Blabber Mouse, Augie Doggie, Snagglepuss, Snuffles, various, Elliot Field, Blabber Mouse, various, Don Messick, narrator, various, Doug Young, Doggie Daddy, Bigelow Mouse, various, Julie Bennett, Sagebrush Sal, various, Vance Colvig, narrator, Tombstone Jones, various, Peter Leeds, narrator, various, Gene Vanderpill, Hazel, various, Hal Smith, narrator, various. Home media releases. Season sets of the series for the Hanna-Barbera Classics Collection label was originally announced by Warner Brothers for release in 2006 but was later cancelled due to poor conditions of the masters and their music right issues. In 2006, a Warner spokesperson said of the DVDs, they were pulled because significant remastering work needed to be researched. Warner Archive has yet to plan release for each of the 3 complete seasons of the show to DVD. 4 episodes are available on DVD. The first 2 episodes on Saturday Morning Cartoons 1960s, Vol. 1, and the other 2 on Saturday Morning Cartoons 1960s, Vol. 2. Baba Booey mispronunciation. On July 26, 1990, Howard Stern's producer Gary Della Abbott was talking about the cartoon cells that he buys and collects. When attempting to say it Quick Draw and Baba Louie, he said Quick Draw and Baba Booey. He said later that talking about it would last a few hours. But since then, hundreds of Baba Booey song parodies have been played on The Howard Stern Show. Baba Booey is often yelled out during live news broadcasts, and it has become something that is yelled at golf tournaments after the ball is struck. Quick Draw McGraw in other languages: French, Gran Gallo Thai Revite, Polish, Quick Draw McGraw, Italian, Ernesto Sparalesto, Brazilian Portuguese, Pepe Legal, Spanish, Tiro Loco McGraw, El Cabo Zorro for El Cabong, Japanese, Y degree of Florina Hungarian, Willem Parter Sheriff, Finnish, Salama Santori, later Pork Ku Pol, Dutch, Texas Jim, German, Quick Unseen Frond, Swedish, Texas Jack, Croatian, Adstranomlat, RZ Brazochts. See also: List of Hanna-Barbera characters, List of works produced by Hanna-Barbera, Augie Doggy and Doggy Daddy, Snooper and Blabber. References. External links: The Quick Draw McGraw Show at the Internet Movie Database, The Quick Draw McGraw Show at TV.com, Big Cartoon Database, The Quick Draw McGraw Show, Toon Tracker, The Quick Draw McGraw Show, Quick Draw's Toonopedia entry, The Cartoons Scrapbook, a Euro profile on Quick Draw McGraw.